G'day guys, it's Dave Tran. Welcome to another Throwback Thursday edition of GuitarZero2Hero song tutorial. And in today's lesson, I'll be teaching you how to play Karmapolice by Radiohead. Now this is a great song to learn on the acoustic guitar. There's a lot of chords and chord changes, so it's going to be a really good challenge for the beginners out there and it'll really help improve your skills. For the basics, you'll need your guitar in standard tuning and you won't need a capo. Now if you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to GuitarZero2Hero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Alright, so let's start with a verse. And we have 5 lines of chords here. So there's quite a lot to remember, but if you break it down, it's not so bad. The first line of chords is A minor. Then we have a D/F sharp. To play that, we're going to take our index finger, put it on the 2nd fret of the 6th string. Middle finger goes on the 2nd fret of the 3rd. And ring finger 3rd fret of the 2nd. And we can just leave this first string muted. We don't need to play that string. That's D/F sharp. Then we have E minor. Back to a D/F sharp. And then finally a G. Now the generic strumming pattern that we're going to be using throughout the whole song is quite simple. And it just goes something like this. Down, 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 up. And in succession. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Now you're going to be playing that strumming pattern once for the first, second, and the last chord in this first line. Now the E minor to the D/F sharp are within their own strumming pattern, which is just 4 down strums. And the D/F sharp is played on that 4th down strum. So if I'm playing the E minor to D/F sharp here, it goes down, 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 down. And in total, the first line will sound like this. Now if changing from that E minor to that D/F sharp is too hard for you, then you can just play this E minor for one full strumming pattern if you'd like to simplify it a bit, which would sound like this. So you just miss that passing chord, which is the D/F sharp. Moving on to the second line of chords, it's almost identical to the first line of chords, except the second chord is now an F and not a D/F sharp. So the second line of chords sounds like this. Down, 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 down. Then the third line of chords is really easy. It's A minor and D for one generic strumming pattern each. Then when we get to our 4th line of chords, we have a G, and then we have a G/F sharp. Now to play that, we'll just lift our index and middle finger up off this G chord, keep our ring and pinky where they are, and your index finger will now go on the 2nd fret of the 6th string, and it will also mute as well the 5th string. So we're just hitting that 2nd string, muted the 5th string, and then the rest of the strings ring out, and that's G/F sharp. And then we have a C chord, and then finally a C/B. And to play that, we just lift our ring and middle finger, and that middle finger will just go on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. And that's C/B. Now these 4 chords in this 4th line are shorter than all the rest. So we're going to give them a new strumming pattern here that just goes down, down, up. And you play that once for each of these chords in the 4th line, which sounds like this. And finally, the 5th line of chords is A minor, and we're going to return to our basic generic strumming pattern. We play that A minor again for another strumming pattern, then we go to a B minor, and then a D chord. So in total, our full verse will sound like this. And remember, for the first 2 lines, if you're having trouble transitioning from that E minor to that D/F sharp quickly, then you can cut out that D/F sharp, which is a passing chord, and just play that E minor for one full strumming pattern instead. So I'll demonstrate those first 2 lines in a simplified version, which would sound like this. Alright, so now we get to the chorus, and the chorus has 3 lines of chords, and in this chorus there's no changes to the strumming pattern. We're just using that strumming pattern for each of the chords up here in the annotations. For the first line of chords we have C, D, G, and then an F sharp bar chord. If you're having troubles playing the full F sharp bar chord, then just focus on playing the F sharp power chord first, which is the first 3 notes of that full bar chord. Focus on that and then slowly develop your full bar chord once you get more used to it. Now we're going to play through that first line of chords twice, and then we get to our second line of chords, which is C, D, and then G, and then B minor. And then for our final line of chords, we have C, C again, and then B minor, and then D. And each chord is played for one strumming pattern. Now for the first chorus, I like just strumming each chord once until we get to the third line, and then I start implementing the strumming pattern. And in the second chorus, I like to implement the strumming pattern for every chord. So the second chorus, for example, would sound like this. And the final thing we need to learn is just the outro of the song, which is nice and easy. There's 2 lines of chords here. First line is just B minor, D, then G, and then D. And then the second line of chords is G, D, and then an E7, and then an E7 again. We'll just retain the generic strumming pattern here, and we'll just keep repeating this over and over again. So the outro will sound like this. So now I'll be playing through the song in its entirety, and I'll have a vocal track on top for some context. Feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice play along to and see how you go. Thanks guys, hope you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit that like button, hit subscribe and click the notification bell so that you don't miss out on my updates. If you want to master your chords back to front as well, then be sure to head over to GuitarZero2Hero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Be sure to leave your thoughts, comments, questions or requests for Throwback Thursday below, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.